7 years ago, I was diagnosed with anemia. My doctors told me my hemoglobin level was at a 6, less than half the average level for females my age. At just 17, I had to undergo a blood transfusion. The hardest part of this ordeal wasn't the large needle or the long hours at the hospital, but finding willing donors. If it weren't for the generosity of Samaritans like Ronald Stewart, my life might have turned out very differently. While he wasn't one of my donors, Ronald has donated an incredible 102 pints of blood to the Belize National Transfusion Service over the past 30 years.
My first donation was in July of 1995, and my most recent was earlier this month. And I can give only once every 3 months. And it has been something that I am committed to do as long as I'm able to, because there is a need, and we need to have more persons who are willing to assist. Because from time to time, we'd hear about persons making appeal for blood donations, but blood can only come from other human beings. So we need to be a part of making sure that the adequate supply continues to be available.
Stewart's journey as a blood donor began when a few co-workers encouraged him to join them in donating. Hearing heartfelt gratitude from families in need inspired him to dedicate his life to this noble cause. Nowadays, his phone is constantly buzzing with texts and calls from strangers desperate for blood. And whenever he can, Stewart is always ready to step up and help.
One was a foreigner whose father was in the Carl Hirschner. And it so happens when I came, the nurse told me that someone with your name, the spelling was different, was looking for somebody for blood, but didn't know anybody who could give. And so I told her, I said, okay, I'll give on behalf of that person. She told me afterwards that that person literally cried because we have the same sounding name. And when she was experiencing a need and seeking blood for her father, I showed up.
Stewart suggests keeping a list of at least 5 people in your contacts who are ready and willing to donate blood on your behalf. This way, you're prepared for any unexpected health emergencies. Adrian Martinez, the supervisor at the Belize Blood Bank, assures us that becoming a donor is a straightforward process.
Usually, we request for blood donors to have a health status, a clean health status, right? You need to be healthy, no medications, and we do ask some questions for travel history, and then any immunization. The questionnaire is divided into 3 different sections. Most of the donors needs to be 18 years old and above, up to 65. You need to have a valid identification card. The questions, the nurse here at the blood bank will do the questions. Depends on your answers, then you might be temporarily deferred or temporarily or permanently deferred.
The blood bank uses 4th-generation tests to screen for HIV, all subsidized by the Ministry of Health. Stewart treats every donation as if it's his first, always making sure he's in the best possible health to give blood. He even revealed that he hasn't touched a soda in the last 15 years.
First and foremost, being very active. Not necessarily going to the gym, but being physically active. I do a lot of walking. I signed up for the Million Steps Challenge that the Belize Diabetes Association has initiated. And so between the 2nd of January and the 16th of April, the challenge is to complete 1 million steps or 500 miles. So I have embarked on that. That's one way. Eating very healthy. Minimizing the carbohydrates, drink a lot of water, and adequate rest.
Each year, the blood bank collects around 7,000 units of blood, which accounts for less than 5% of Belize's population. Belize aims to reach a point where 100% of its blood supply comes from voluntary donors. This goal is crucial for maintaining a safe blood system and offering various services at different locations.
When we go recruiting for voluntary blood donors. That means the blood we collect is donated free to the blood bank so that we could help others. You can be a voluntary blood donor. You don't really have to donate for someone else because the emergencies strike at different times. And it is our mandate to have blood in reserve for the general populace. So by donating voluntary, you are helping someone, you are providing a safe blood supply for our country, and then you are doing your part as a Belizean. No?
7 years after my blood transfusion, my hemoglobin count is a healthy 13.7, and I've even become a blood donor myself. Stuart, the interim president of the Belize Blood Donors Association, is a true champion of this cause. When he's not busy donating blood, he's out there encouraging others to join him in the life-saving mission.
In most instances, the day that I'm here to give, I'm already thinking about the next 3 months that I'm scheduled to return and look forward to it, because it is so critical for viewers and those who are listening to this newscast and this piece understand how much we have a role to play in making sure there's an adequate supply. Somebody has to do it. And why not that person being you?
Brittany Gordon for News 5.